Rimworld is a game where things can and will go terribly wrong. But today, what if I skewed that chance to make my stay here even worse? As today, I want to survive as one of the worst Rimworld colonists. A colonist with all of the negative character traits and zeros into every stat, starting with nothing. This is going to be a true testament of my sanity to even survive a day with these setbacks, as I have the immune system of a Victorian child, the pain tolerance of your little brother, and the life skills to land an easy job as a Discord moderator. And my goal is to survive at minimum a single week and to build a small house and try not to have a life-ending mental breakdown, but we'll see how far that one goes. It was supposed to be a minor surgery. Just an hour under anesthetic, you felt totally safe. Now you've awoken inside a drop pod, punching through the atmosphere of a distant Rimworld. Aside from a slick of mysterious goo all over your body, you are totally naked. With no preparation, no supplies, and no tools, can you survive? I'm pretty certain that minor surgery that Bubbles was just under was in fact a way to dispose of him as a person, because he is pretty terrible, and it's gonna be a miracle, and it is a miracle that he's even alive today. Anyways, welcome to Rimworld. It's been a long time since I've made a video like this, but I really wanted to try to see how far I can actually take this challenge. And that challenge is gonna be having all of the negative traits. And when I mean it, I mean it. So, in order to start things off right, so you know exactly what I'm working with and what I'm gonna be dealing with for the rest of this very short challenge, let's go list off all of his traits. As Bubbles is abrasive, cannibal, tortured artist, undergrounder, trigger-happy, neurotic, wimp, staggeringly ugly, slowpoke, slow learner, sickly, recluse, pyromaniac, psychically hypersensitive, nudist, nervous, misogynist, misandrist, lazy, greedy, gourmand, depressive, delicate, creepy breathing, chemical fascination, annoying voiced, body pierced, and bloodlust. We are also incapable of firefighting. I find this to be pretty damn funny because of just how many contradictions my body already has, as I both hate men and women. So if anyone ever joins this colony, Bubbles is one word away from having a complete mental break. By the way, with all of those negative traits, it would literally take me going under 50% mood in order to have a chance of having a minor break and a major break. So yeah, it's gonna be a miracle if I even survive a week. The only thing that I have going for me right now is my uncovered groin, as I am a nudist and that we are a recluse, so we don't have to think about people, which is good, because I wouldn't want anyone to set eyes on Bubbles. Anyways, first things first, we need to find shelter, we need to find food, and lastly, we need to find a nice underground cave to where I can live like an absolute goblin, because I am an undergrounder, so living inside the darkness is gonna be my MO. And I think this little cave right here is gonna be perfect. It's short, it's sweet, and it's not infested with mega spiders, so I'll take that as a win, though I might loot their nests later. Anyways, we need to go find some food now. Thankfully, we won't need to look too far because there are some berry bushes around the area, with one bush being there and a few over here. This should keep me fed and hopefully not poisoned, because if I get food poisoning, I will probably have a mental break. So let's go set a nice little stockpile zone inside of this cave so I can go harvest the berries and drop them off inside. After that, we can worry about, actually closing off this zone and maybe getting a bed and other basic necessities like a table. Oh, Bubbles is such a go-getter. If only it didn't take him about 5 years to harvest a single berry bush. Oh, this is gonna suck, but we will have food for a little bit. And once we're done here, I can go ahead and harvest up some wood to set up some basic walls and maybe a bed. Awesome. We got about 15 here and another 8 up there, which should keep me fed for at least 2 days. That's what I'm hoping anyways, up until I realized we also have Gourmand, which increases our hunger rate as well. Matter of fact, I'm already very hungry. Okay, buddy, you can go eat some. You can go eat some berries, and then we can. Oh, this is gonna be rough. I don't even have a weapon to properly use, man. But let's go chop down a tree now, and by a tree I mean a few right down here. It's actually going to take the entire day in order for me to chop down one tree, but once we're done, I can go set up some basic walls and maybe, if I'm lucky, a door. All right, Bubbles! He's about to chop down a second tree, and we have only taken around 12 hours in-game to do it. I'll go set up a nice sleeping spot for him, or maybe I can even build up a bed right now. You know what? I think we're gonna try and treat him and get a bed down immediately, and then after I can start to work on stuff like tables and the like. Oh god, he's already stressed out, and all of the debuffs are really starting to stack on right now, especially not having a table. I'm hoping we're gonna be able to chop down this final tree though, set down a bed, and then go eat the last of our berries, which we don't have a lot of. Maybe I can go eat the insect jelly very soon. It's starting to really feel like that. I have severely overestimated Bubbles' ability to survive even a week, but go eat those berries, buddy. That should, you know, not have you starve to death, and then you can sleep right on the floor. At least he gets to enjoy the rest of his night inside a cave, thus marking our second day alive on this beautiful Rimworld. Bubbles is currently starving to death as well, and our mood is dropping even further down to 39%. By the way, Bubbles is already ravenously hungry, so that's fun. It's only been day 2, but we do have some nearby mushrooms that I should be able to harvest for some basic meals. So immediately go up and go grab some mushrooms, buddy. You've earned it. And once we're done with that, I can go build out a nice bed for us. Oh, this is a good day. You know, nothing but sunshine and rainbows, and hopefully Bubbles will be able to harvest this mushroom before he has a complete mental collapse. There you are, buddy. Eat up that raw fungus. Oh, that's... Okay, you know what? We're fine. We're okay. I thought I got food poisoning. I think we're fine. We ate raw food, we're in an unsightly environment, I slept in the cold, I slept outside, I'm chilly, I slept on the ground, I ate without... I'm dead. But we do have a small stockpile, so I can build out a bed at the very least. You know, it's the small things that we have to really look out for. And once we're done with that, I can go ahead and start to wall off some of this zone for us. Now, I won't be able to do too much, as I don't have enough for, you know, doors. But I can set some basic walls down for the future. Oh, and by the way, I almost forgot to say, but because Bubbles here is a pyromaniac, if I have a mood break that makes him start fires, there's nothing I can physically do because I'm incapable of firefighting. So if that ever happens, I'm just gonna have to sit by and, you know, watch it all burn down. But I am gonna try to harvest up some more wood so I can build a campfire so I don't have to, you know, continue to eat raw food. I think that's gonna be pretty big for me. If only I could really hurry up with this, because we are working against so much right now, and it takes so long for him to get even the most basic of resource. But hey, we got some wood now, so let's go drop down a nice little campfire right next to our bed. That way I can stay warm and toasty and be able to actually cook food. If I don't botch the construction, that is. Come on, it's a campfire! How do you mess it up? Oh boy, time to chop down a tree for the rest of the day. Crossing my fingers, I don't die horribly. Another thing I really need to think about is actually setting up some fun for Bubbles here, because he is very low on recreation. Oh, and there it is. We now have a sad wander. I'll be completely honest with you, I don't think he's gonna live past this. We just took too long building out the most basic of necessities, and now our character is doomed. We'll see what happens, but I'm thinking this is gonna be a restart. And hopefully next time, I'll actually be able to establish myself without having a complete mental breakdown. You tried your best, Bubbles, but it's obvious we're not gonna survive. Oh! Is what I would say if he wasn't no longer wandering in sadness. Okay, we still have a chance, especially with that catharsis. We are fighting demons right now just to stay afloat. The only thing I need to worry about right now is food, and you know what? While it is still dark out, I think we go steal some insect jelly. That's free food for me, and it's ripe for pickings. You know what? Let's do that really quick. Bubbles, go eat it all right now. Come on, buddy. It's almost morning for them to actually wake up. If you don't hurry this one on up, we are going to starve to death. Oh, I have never been so thankful for mega spiders in my entire life before. Okay, that's 20 insect jelly. That should be able to keep me fed for the day as I go set up a nice campfire for us. Hell yeah, it's all about the small things that keep you running in this world. And with that, our food is finally good, with our mood slowly going up. So I think that's going to be our main way of getting food for now, while I'm chopping down trees for the day, is just to steal the jelly from the spiders. There's another 16 up there, and that seems to be it for now, but that should keep me fed for at least a small while. It's time to headbutt this tree for another 5 hours. It takes so long to chop down a single tree, but when we're using our head in the most literal sense, I guess it kind of makes sense. Though on brighter news, Bubbles is very happy with himself, mostly because of his mental breakdown. Matter of fact, I think that mental breakdown was one of the best things to ever happen to me, because now I can truly live normally. And we also have our recreation backup, as I've supplemented social interaction with an addicting insect jelly. So we don't really need friends when all I have to do is just go into the murder caves to grab more jelly. And that kind of makes me realize of how much of a gremlin or goblin Bubbles is, right? This naked man that literally hates everyone but himself, who's one step away from just a catastrophic mental break where he murders someone in cold blood. And all I do, right, is I sleep inside this dimly lit cave with little to no entrance, half-built walls inside here, and whenever it becomes nighttime, I slink my little naked body down deeper into the caves in order to acquire more of the addicting jelly from murder spiders. It is such a sad existence, but it is our existence, so it makes me feel special. Bubbles kind of scares me. But we do have 40 wood, so how about we go build ourselves a nice campfire? Ho, really moving on up in the world now. We have basic lighting. And not only that, but I'll be able to drop down a single door. We are truly living at large. I am gonna go to sleep during the day, so I can have more time to be productive during the night, because I am a night owl. Okay, I'm actually not, but I am an undergrounder, which is close enough, and going out at night doesn't really bother me too much. Ah, this is the happiest Bubbles has ever been, by the way. Genuinely happy. I'm happy for him as well. He's earned it after literally building a single fire and 3 sets of walls. We'll go grab some sleep and slowly chop down even more trees so I can get enough furniture to build out some other things like more walls and actually make this place a home. Leveling up our plant skill to 1. All right, Bubbles, look at that. That's the first actual skill I've built up. And once we're done with that, it's about time for me to go out and grab some more jelly. Okay, the monsters are not asleep, and it looks like they've eaten the jelly. This might get bad. There's no food for me nearby, actually. So once we're done chopping down this tree, I'm actually gonna have to make some meals for myself. That's alright. I can do that now that we have ourselves a fire that lasts for 2 whole days. I'll be honest, I did have to eat more raw mushrooms in order to sustain myself for today, as I get hungry very quickly. Matter of fact, I'm already hungry again, and there just so happens to be some more insect jelly out here. Bubbles, I'm gonna want you to grab that, okay? This is gonna be the only way we survive right now. You need to hurry up and beat the spiders before they wake up. The good thing is that oh no, they're up. They are up and they are eating my damn food. Oh, no. Today is gonna be the day we go out and we grab some mushrooms so I can cook it up. So we're gonna be going down out here so I can harvest these glow stools, and these berries, okay? We're gonna grab all of this stuff, we're gonna go drop it on our campfire, and we're gonna go get some basic meals so I can stop worrying about when my next meal's actually gonna be. Ooh, there's also some berries down here. Okay, we got a big day ahead of ourselves. It's time for old Bubbles to go on that food grind set. Alrighty everyone, after about half of the day of gathering food around the area, which is this entire quadrant of the map, I have gotten around 40 food resources, which means I can go ahead and cook myself 4 simple meals. By the way, I had to really struggle to not make Bubbles eat any of the raw berries or mushrooms, but now we got some food. You see, buddy, after a little bit of patience, we have a decent semblance of a life. And once it gets dark, I'll be honest, we need to tap into more of the jelly market, if you know what I mean. Because that jelly has been keeping our recreation at a pretty good rate, and it's the only way I can really have fun without wasting our very precious daytime. Now that's what I call a satiated colonist. Oh, by the way, a solar flare did hit, but we're currently living in the Stone Age, so it doesn't really matter. I mean, Bubbles is literally talking to himself, relaxing socially with the fire. I don't know who he's talking with, probably the shadow demons, but if it keeps his recreation up, I'll be fine with it. But yeah, we're gonna go talk to ourselves in a very weird stupor, and once we're done with that, it's time to go grab some more jelly. Hopefully these insectoids aren't eating all of it. There are a few different colonies, and it looks like we're not gonna get that much lucky, actually. Okay, that's fine. That's why I came prepared with the good old-fashioned simple meals. Aside from that, though, I think it's about time for us to spring it off over to day 5. And within no time at all, it is finally the 5th of April, marking down our 5th day survived. Now, I did do a little bit of tree chopping, as Bubbles has a very terrible sleeping schedule, and you might be wondering on why I decided to welcome everyone even though it is definitely still dark out. And that is because the insect jelly has respawned. And once we're done with our little heist over here, I'm gonna go ahead and spend the rest of the day turning the cave into a cave home, because it still is counted as outdoors, and that has been really messing with Bubbles recently, and we aren't getting any insulation with it being so cold out. So I think that's gonna be our next best bet. But for right now, go eat your little food, Bubbles, and let's go take some delicious jelly. Matter of fact, I think I'm gonna double down with the insect jelly heist. So I'm gonna go for the back one first, and hopefully we can get out of here before they wake up. I am very greedy for this, and I would definitely accept the consequences, but I think we can get away with it. And once we got it here, we can pause, haul again, and bring back a total of 43 jelly. Try to feed your kids with that one, idiot. All right. That's gonna be, what, another half day's worth of food? So I guess we'll go grab a little bit more sleep, and we'll go build out this place. I'm thinking we drop a wall down here, and we drop another entranceway right over here, thus creating like a bit of a boomerang house, but it is only defendable from 2 sides, which is something that I'll take. By the way, I should probably equip a wooden log just in case. I highly doubt Bubbles will ever be able to kill anything, let alone a squirrel, but, you know, it's better to be safe than sorry. So let's get this bread. It was anything but quick. Matter of fact, I botched this same wall a few different times, and because the area already counts as an indoor area, I'm just gonna disable that and keep it scuffed as is so I can save up on resources. We have 43 jelly, 63 wood, and 6 whole berries. Overall, not the worst. I think I am gonna go refuel our campfire and chop down another tree for the rest of the day. Oh, okay, that was definitely a big alarm. At least for me, Bubbles is still sound asleep, but it is the final day, and I think today is going to be the day we start to lounge around a little bit and get some more quality of life things. Anyways, there seems to be a large meteorite of compacted steel that hit nearby. I won't be able to use that, but you know what I could use? I could use a table and a nice little horseshoe pin. Not only that, but I think we should start to dip our toes into farming, and it just so happens that we have some stony soil inside the mountain here, which is ripe for mushroom farming. So we have a pretty big day ahead of ourselves. Hopefully Bubbles won't botch the construction too many times, as I need to drop down a single stool, a small wooden table, a very state-of-the-art wooden horseshoe pin, and lastly, a growing zone that is just meant for Nutrifungus. Oh, and it looks like we are already up. Okay, it says it cannot live when exposed to light, so you know what? I have a better idea. We're just gonna grow some rice alongside this muddy pile of dirt here, because that gives me a rich amount of soil, which is good for plant growth. So there we are. It's very sporadic and all over the place, but it should work. I've been trying to avoid places with trees because chopping down trees would take way too long. But we could set every single one of these growing zones to rice plants, and I think that's about all I can really plant with my skill set. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of a comfy life we got in here so far. I just can't wait till I can actually build some, nice interiors. I am running low on food, but that's fine because we still got insect jelly. Oh, it is such a beautiful thing to see Bubbles actually create instead of cry his eyes out. Especially when he can create stuff without botching the construction. We got a freaking wooden table and a wooden stool in here. It's not that bad for me. I mean, come on. We're living at large. Matter of fact, I think we might be able to fight a rat very soon. Actually, no, never mind. That would end the run. But I will just take it easy. Hey, and he's eating on the table as well. Let's take a little look at his moodles now. And would you look at that? He has a very spacious interior, a very nice room. He's comfortable inside. How is he comfortable? Wow, he actually made a normal wooden bed, which is pretty insane, especially with his skill set. But he also is very happy underground, and he has a beautiful fire to look at to sate his pyromaniac bloodlust. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty damn good. And all I have to do is plant down some more rice while looking out for any more berry bushes around the area. Somehow, some way, we've made it to day number 7, marking down an entire week of survival. I'll be honest, I don't know how far Bubbles could actually take it, but I am pretty content with what we were able to do so far. We set up basic furniture, we have a home, we also rob the neighbors of their food and other necessities. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go do that right now because that is free food and that's keeping me fed. It is a very parasitic relationship, and the moment they figure out that Bubbles is doing this, we are dead. We are actually dead. But other than that, we have a decent stockpile of berries, which I can stock up even more simple meals with. We have, I'm supposed to not have that there, but we have a farm outside with growing rice. Overall, life is pretty peachy and you can't get too upset over small things. I will take it any day of the week. Anyways, I think I'm gonna end it here. I survived a week, so I'm pretty damn happy. Maybe I'll continue this challenge, I'll be honest. I probably won't, because the only reason why we are doing so well right now is from the initial optimism and the comfort that I have from sleeping in a normal bed. Other than that, it is just negatives across the board. Maybe I can spiffy up my place, but that'll take probably a year and a half, and the moment another colonist joins, he will probably kill them in cold blood. But hey, I'll take this as a win in my book. If you guys have liked this episode, be sure to like, favorite, share, and subscribe for more. Peace the hell out, everyone.